Hello everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jackie and I create mosaics using sea glass. And today I'm going to show you a sea glass mosaic sailboat that I'm making on the center pane of this 9-pane antique window. So if you joined me for my last video, you would have seen a bunch of the sea glass mosaics that I've made, and you would have heard me talk about the benefits of working in a series when it comes to doing artwork. If you want to watch that video, you can just click on the icon up above and you can go ahead and watch that. And here I am today, continuing on with my sailboat series, because I'm planning to make a sailboat in each of the 9 panes of this 9-pane window. And I'm going to do a video of each one. Now each of these videos are going to be different because my plan is I'm challenging myself. I'm going to make the sailboats, although there's going to be the common theme of sailboats in all 9 panes of this window, each sailboat is going to be different. So I'm going to try to make the hulls different, the sails different, whatever the background is going to be different. Some panes will have 1 sailboat, some might have 3 or 4 or more, some will be bigger, some will be smaller. So just to show you how you can take a theme and really vary it. And each one of these, each pane of glass is 7 inches by 7 inches, so they're fairly small. So each one is going to be a small sea glass mosaic on its own. So if you're interested in watching these videos, you might say, I want to make a sailboat, but I like the approach that Jackie takes in this one over this one, that type of thing. So hopefully it'll be a really interesting learning process for you. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a learning process for me because I'm going to be challenging myself to try new things and to use some of my sea glass pieces and my pieces of sea pottery and other pieces in my work here that's going to make everything a little bit different, one different from the other. Now I've done a series like this in the past. If you follow me on my YouTube channel, you would have seen me do a series where I did 9 different videos, 1 video per pane of glass to complete this large church window back here. And then I did a big reveal at the end. This one is going to be different because in that one, all 9 panes of glass kind of tied together to create one final piece. Whereas in this one, each one is going to be a standalone scene on its own. So I really hope you enjoy this and I hope you learn from it. And if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to see me address, post them in the comment section down below. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of these videos. And so let's get started on the first pane of glass. So 7 inches by 7 inches, not a very large pane of glass. So what I did was I took a dry erase marker and I drew a line on the back of the glass and then for the horizon line, and then I drew a semicircle for a moon. So this piece I planned it to be sailing in the moonlight. So I have this really cool piece of driftwood that I thought looked like the hull of a sailboat. So I'm going to use that. And then I have a series of sails. So this is going to be like a tall ship with lots of sails. Now my lesson in this piece is be careful of throwing away large pieces of pottery that aren't quite finished. Because check out this piece of pottery. This is not terribly smoothed out. And it's a fairly large piece, and often when I find things like that, I just throw them back into the ocean. But that one struck me, it looks just like a sail, so I hung on to it, and now I'm using it for a sail in this tall ship sailboat. So I'm going to arrange my pieces of the sailboat like that. And my moon I'm going to do in white. So I'm going to take a bunch of small white pieces in here and I'll arrange them. I have to be sure to pick out my small ones. I'll arrange them in here to fill in the moon, kind of like this. And then it's a night sky because the moon is out at night. So I'm planning to do the sky in green. I thought that would look cool. So I'll just put some down here to get a feel for whether or not this design is going to work for me. And I think it is. A white moon, and then I'll have to fuss with the pieces to get them all lined up just right. And then my plan for the water is for it to be brown. So what I was planning to do was to take some big, thick, chunky browns and put them right along the bottom. Because you know what it's like when you look out at night? The foreground always looks really dark. So I'm planning to get some nice big ones here, right at the bottom. Might need to fuss with those a bit to get them just right. And then I'm just going to do a lot of small, tiny little browns. And I know the water, I don't typically use brown sea glass for the water, but because it's a night scene, I want the water to be dark and the sky to have a little bit more light in it. So that's why I'm going with a green sky and brown water. And then the white moon should stand out really cool. So I wiped off the dry erase marker on the back of this, and here you have my sailboat at night. I just love this because just the way my life is, the chances of me getting out on the water in the moonlight on a sailboat, not great. So doing this sea glass mosaic piece in the middle of this window has really been fun for me, and it's been a bit of a wistful thing as I dream about being out on the water in the middle of the night with the moonlight. Anyway, I quite like it. So thanks very much for joining me. Be sure to join me for the rest of this series to see what I make for sailboats in the rest of the panes of this window. By the time I finish it, I'm going to have 9 different sailboat scenes. So until next time, happy sea glass hunting.